There's been worldwide condemnation of the Cagliari fans who a monkey chant to Romelu Lukaku during their 2-1 defeat against Inter. However, this coming from Curva Nord, who are Inter Milan's primary ultra organisation, saying, "We are really sorry you thought that what happened in Cagliari was racist. You have to understand that Italy is not like many other North European countries where racism is a real problem."
Okay.
It continues to say, "We understand that it could have seemed racist to you, but it's not like that. In Italy, we use some ways only to help our teams and to try to make our opponents nervous. Not for racism, but to mess them up." Right, Gab Marcotti. Let's start with, is this genuine?
Oh, yeah. Sadly and embarrassingly, it is genuine. The Curva Nord, as an organization, they have their own view on things. They also point out that they're a multi-ethnic, multiracial organization and whatever else. But the damning point is that they simply don't understand the basic fact. It doesn't matter why you say that you racially abuse somebody. It matters that there are people out there being racially abused. And it's not just the person who receives the racist abuse. It's every person of color and indeed many white people who are offended by it and hurt by it and having to explain what's going on. I think it's as simple as that. I think we need to end these debates about is it racism if the objective was to wind you up, whatever. And I think football should say, listen, racism is a societal issue. Let society deal with it. What we're going to deal with is ensure that in our grounds, in Serie A grounds specifically, this kind of stuff does not happen. What are the best ways to ensure that it doesn't happen? Not engage with these idiots and their convoluted explanations. Just say, listen, I don't care why you do this. And the ironic thing is, if you read this, this is meant to be seen, I mean, they see this, or they say they see this, as a show of support for Romelu Lukaku, saying like, oh, look, those fans don't really hate you. They were simply trying to wind you up. Romelu Lukaku is a big boy. He can handle himself. He does not need this kind of support. He does not need this kind of deviant, contorted thinking. Just simply don't do it. And if you do it, let's find ways to make sure that you get banned and it never happens again.
Why haven't Inter come out and condemn this, Gab?
They should have, even though obviously the relationship between clubs and ultras is a slightly complicated one in the sense that Inter don't recognize them as an official group, I think is the official language that they use. Inter were very strong in after their own ultras racially abused Koulibaly to the point that they didn't appeal the extra punishment that they received. They put out a statement saying you don't reflect our values. And I think it's what they should have done, what they should have done here, and say, listen, whatever nonsense you think, however you justify it in your own small brains, that's fine. Do it at home in your living room, in your toilet, but do not bring this into the stadium. Do not bring this in public. I think this is a missed opportunity for them, and I'm frankly surprised that they haven't piped up.
What's been the reaction in Italy over the last few days to this, Gab?
Well, certainly the reaction to the ultra statement was one of, frankly, mockery at the silliness of it. In terms of what happened in Cagliari, obviously people noted that it happened before. There's a whole bunch of talk going on right now about what could have been done differently on the day. Apparently, it was only audible to the cameras in certain sections of the stadium, so they're looking into should the people responsible for it, the so-called spotters, should they have intervened? The Cagliari as a club have pledged to go and identify those responsible. You know what? From my perspective, I'll kind of believe it when I see it. Overall, we're past the point. Nobody except for these people in the Curva Nord and some of their cohorts are buying this argument that, well, it's okay because it's just a wind-up. Whether it's a wind-up or not is irrelevant. It's not okay.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.